Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Teresa, and thank you all for joining me here today. As the new year is approaching us, I thought, a lot of us are going to be quite motivated to chase after our goals and to, just strive after our dreams and just improve the quality of our lives. I thought this video would be helpful in trying to set some habits in place that would help support you in achieving your goals. So these 6 resolutions are things that you can actually physically put into practice, and I believe these will help you grow internally as well because, action drives energy, and what you give energy to grows. Number 1 is develop emotional intelligence. So, emotional intelligence is the ability to manage and understand your own emotions and feelings, and also understand the emotions of other people and learn how to navigate situations according to those emotions. So when you have high emotional intelligence, you're able to reflect on your feelings, know how your feelings can impact your behavior, and also how it can impact other people. You're basically able to create a space between your emotions and the way that you choose to respond to a situation. So you recognize your feelings coming up, and then you pause for a minute, and then you reflect and you choose to respond in a certain way that brings peace to the situation instead of more negativity or more heightened emotions. Developing emotional intelligence has been so helpful for me because I've been able to get out of situations with a positive outcome where it could have gone pretty wrong, or at the very least I've been able to reduce the amount of negativity that it's resulted in, because let's face it, you can't always be like sunshine and rainbows and happy. It does depend on the other person a lot of the time as well. I get it, but at the very least, you'll be able to reduce the amount of negativity, because the less negativity the better. Now, I know this is a pretty abstract concept. You're probably thinking, where do I start? How do I even do this? And these 2 practices will help you immensely. It's meditation and journaling. I know you probably heard this a million times before. It's so popular because it works. These 2 practices will help you reflect what's going on inside your mind and help you think through these thoughts. You're able to really listen and be aware of what's going on in your mind without distractions. Remove all distractions and then just listen to your mind. Don't try to stop the flow. Just let it go and just be the observer. As for journaling as well, just let your thoughts flow. Just write out whatever. You don't have to be perfect. It's just journaling. It can be messy. It can be anything. It doesn't have to make sense. It's about really documenting the thoughts that go through your mind, just as you do with awareness. So these 2 practices are, what I really do recommend in trying to develop emotional intelligence. I know it's pretty hard to just sit in silence and not have distractions. I know it can get pretty uncomfortable, but you have to think about it this way. The more the idea of meditation and journaling makes you uncomfortable, the more you probably need it, because you're probably scared of facing your own thoughts. And I'm just here to tell you, once you just ride through that first initial phase of discomfort, you will learn so much about yourself, and the world will really start to look more open to you. And yeah, the second resolution is to build a routine. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you have some sort of goal that you want to achieve in life. And no matter what type of goal it is, for example, body goals, or passing a test, or building a business, no matter how small or how big, goals require consistent effort, consistent work put towards it. And to keep consistency, you need to build a routine around these goals, putting in time and effort each day to progress in them. For example, this is my weekly schedule, and I've used some, habit building psychology tricks to set all the times up. Basically, I do the same kind of task at the same time every day to make sure that my brain learns to expect it at that time, and I don't think about it too much anymore, because usually what people how people tend to fall off track is when they think about it too much, like, oh, like I should be going to the gym, but it's so cold, like I don't want to go. I could be in bed instead. These kind of thoughts are what makes people fall off track. This has helped me become so much more productive because I used to like not do a lot, like not be able to do a lot on weekends because I would just end up wasting time. I don't even know how I do it. Like I'm just like either on my phone or like watching Netflix, and like the weekend just passes and I get nothing done. So this really does help me in time management and also just being like consistent with like towards my goals. Of course, by building a routine, though, you're only halfway there. Like, you need to actually have the discipline and the commitment to follow through with these routines and not just like have them up on a calendar and not do anything about it, basically. Hopefully, like by having this plan in place, it'll be easier for you to follow through with your goals, because then you don't have to think like, oh, okay, what should I do now? You already have that plan set in place, so all you have to do is follow through with it. You just have to put in a bit of time to actually do that planning and put everything in order, like at certain times. And it is quite flexible, because you have to think like, okay, I put my workout routine in the morning, but I do better in the evening, so I'll just shift it from here. Like try to figure out what works best for you, and then just learn to adapt your routine from there. At the end of the day, you have to remember that you're doing this for you. Nobody else is going to be benefiting out of it. Like if you don't do it, you're going to be the one that's lacking out. There's nobody else that can come achieve your goals for you. You are the only one that can improve your life if you want it. Not to pressure anyone, but it's just a reminder that you are accountable for your own life. Like nobody else can come achieve the goals that you want for yourself. So the third one is opting for educational entertainment. So educational entertainment is as opposed to passive entertainment. So passive entertainment is ones where you don't need to keep your mind engaged. So it would be like watching TV dramas, reality shows, or playing games. I know there are going to be people who are going to tell me like, you need your mind to play games, like you need to be strategic about it and whatever. And to a certain extent, like I agree, but it's not the same as like absorbing information. So yeah, I will put that out there. So educational entertainment would be like keeping your mind engaged even as you're relaxing. Like, so for example, it would be reading. It can be either nonfiction or fiction, even watching educational YouTube videos, or even watching documentaries. Once you learn to enjoy educational entertainment, it will become natural to you. Like I've gotten to the point where passive entertainment just kind of bores me. Like my mind is so disengaged that it bores me and I don't actually feel entertained, which lacks the purpose of it. Of course, this doesn't mean that you need to constantly be, like watching educational entertainment all the time. Like if you want to relax and just like not do anything, like not have your mind be engaged, then that's perfectly fine, because rest and recuperation is also very important. I'm not shaming it at all. Like I just want to make that very clear. So the fourth one is to focus on yourself. And I mean this quite literally, like don't pay attention to anything but yourself. Don't pay attention to what other people are doing or saying, like because you might end up comparing yourselves to them. And don't pay attention to people's, like society's expectations of you, because all that matters is what you want out of life, and you need to really reflect on like what you want out of life, like what are your values, and if your actions are actually reflecting those values or not, and what are your goals in life, what makes your heart happy, and is what you're doing actually going towards those goals, like going towards what you want in life, and if what you're doing in life actually is making you happy or not. And if it's not, then maybe it's time to change. Right? Focusing on yourself will make things clearer for you, because I know that it's very easy to just like go with the flow of what people, like your parents, your society's been expecting of you your whole life. And if anything, like I think the new year is a good time for you to just pause for a minute, block all that like external noise out, and just really listen and reflect on what you want out of life. And the fifth one is to move your body. We as human beings are not built to be so sedentary. Like we are in the office all day just sitting down, and then like for those of you who drive, you'll be just like again sitting down in your car for the rest of the day, and then like when you come back you might be on your couch sitting again. So you don't get to be as active as we're naturally built to do. And I'm not saying this for like physical appearance side of things, because when you are more active, it actually gives you more energy, like mentally and physically. I noticed that like when I am more active, when I, am more consistent in my gym routines, like when I walk more, I'm just like more energetic, because like mentally as well, because if I'm just like on bed the entire day, I just feel completely lethargic and I don't want to do anything anymore. And I believe that like when I'm walking, like as I do my thinking while I'm walking, I get more clarity in certain things, and I get more like creative ideas if I'm brainstorming while I'm walking as well. I read this in a book somewhere. It actually does relate psychologically now that I think of it. And also, walking is really great for digestion as well. So this is like, I don't want to go off track, but my grandmother actually had stomach cancer, and then she broke her, and like she got treated and stuff, but it wasn't like completely healed, of course. She broke her leg, and then she was just like bedridden, and then that's when her stomach cancer got worse, because she wasn't able to walk and move around, so she wasn't able to like aid her digestion with movement, and that's how basically she passed away, because her stomach cancer got worse. But yeah, so moving is very important for your health and also for your mental clarity. Make sure you're listening to your body though. Like for example, if you absolutely hate weightlifting, you don't have to do that just because other people are doing it. Like if you prefer dancing, or if you prefer yoga or Pilates, like you can opt for that. Like just listen to what your body is telling you and do things that you enjoy that helps you move your body as well. And the last one is choosing to surround yourself with positivity. Starting from the people you surround yourself with to even the type of music that you listen to, I want you to, surround yourself with things that actually make you feel energized, at peace, and just fulfilled with yourself. Because if you find yourself that you have friends who are constantly creating drama, dragging you into it, or just indirectly trying to bring you down all the time, like snide remarks or passive aggressive comments, it might be wise to distance yourself from them. Like you have to really think, like, what value are they actually bringing into my life? Like, do they make me happy? Do they make me, want to be a better person? Do they support me in the things that I do? You have to really consider like the people that you surround yourself with, because they have such a big influence on us. If they're constantly, trying to bring you down indirectly, like that is emotional manipulation in a sense. And then it'll get to you in a way that maybe you won't even realize. Like you might have self-confidence issues because you think that these people who you deem are your friends are constantly, like never really saying anything good about you. I do recommend that you kind of distance yourself from people that don't really make you feel good. And I don't mean it in a way like you don't need to have friends that are constantly praising you. Like no, like my best friends, like I expect them to give me the truth, as like don't sugarcoat it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not doing something that's right, if I'm doing something that's hurting other people, I want them to tell me. So this is the type of positivity that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like toxic positivity where it's just flowers and rainbows and happy all the time. Like it's not realistic. Like I want you to surround yourself with people who are authentic, who are genuine, and who love your presence around them, and who want the best for you. Like I do want to specifically say, if you have friends, or people around you who gossip all the time, I do want to kind of distance yourself from that as well, because people who gossip, I find, like who like to gossip, like it's like there's a certain balance about it. If they're talking about things that talking about other people that have hurt them, and they're just like telling you about it, then that's not gossiping. They're only gossiping if it's like they're talking about other people just living their own lives and not doing anything to hurt anyone, and they're trying to nitpick and like judge them for that. Then that is like, those are the type of people that you need to distance yourself from, because you never know, like they might be gossiping about you too. And this goes back to the previous resolution of focusing on yourself. How are you going to be able to focus on yourself if the people around you are just focused on other people and gossiping and judging them? And it just creates a not so positive energy in your life. Like, this is not just for friends, it's the type of like partner that you're with as well. Like, if you're dating someone that constantly tries to bring you down, judges you for everything that you do, and just makes you doubt your own worth and doesn't respect you, like things that a basic partner should be doing, it might be wise to leave that relationship. Like, I'm not telling you what to do, but it's just like you have to really consider if like what value that relationship is bringing to your life. You don't need anybody. There are plenty of people out there. You can live without people that bring negativity into your life. I promise you. Like, no, you are not going to lose anything by distancing yourself from people that just bring negativity. I promise. The world is abundant. Like, you just have to keep focusing on yourself, focus on your energy, keeping it positive, keeping it real, keeping it authentic, and you will naturally attract that kind of energy into your life as well. Just give yourself time, the right people will come. I promise you. When I talk about like bringing that positive energy into yourself, I don't just mean by, the people that you surround yourself with. It's your overall environment. So the music that you listen to regularly, the social media content that you consume, and the TV shows that you watch, it's going to, your subconscious absorbs it. So that's why I'm saying like that environment is so important as well, to make sure that, these like the stuff that you watch and that you listen to aligns with the goals that you like, the values that you want for your life as well. And I think this is really important to mention again. Like, I'm not talking about toxic positivity here. I don't want anybody to misunderstand that. So toxic positivity is basically just like ignoring the negatives, just like shoving it under the rug and like just trying to be like, oh, I'm happy all the time. Like, no, it's not about that. It's about like distancing yourself from things that are making themselves intentionally negative. You're choosing to be negative and you're distancing yourself from that. Life can be difficult, like you'll be sad sometimes, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not telling you to like ignore those feelings at all. Please, please, please acknowledge your feelings, even if they're negative, like even if they are difficult to sit through. I just felt like that was really important because I have gone through that toxic positivity mindset where I just like shoved things under the rug and I never really like processed them, and I just kind of like intellectualized them and never let myself feel those kind of feelings because I labeled them as bad. Emotions are not good or bad. They are just messages that your body and your brain is sending to you in the form of emotions. So like, for example, I had this phase like quite recently, like it was just like a month ago, I think. Like, I was feeling so bad about myself in a way, like I thought I wasn't doing enough in life, and I was just like, I was crying like every day, and it made me think like, okay, like I'm feeling this way, I acknowledge it, right? So what is this telling me? It's telling me that I want to do more with my life, right? Like, so I'm feeling bad that I'm not doing enough. So what I want to do is I want to be doing more. Like, this is the message that I'm giving myself. And what do I want to do more of, right? That got me thinking. And it's basically the fact that like I've been wanting to start this YouTube channel for a while, but I just like never really like built the courage to do it. And then I was like, you know what, like this is the message. Like, I am going to start it. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna let my body like take control, and I'm just gonna do it. And I just felt so much better about myself. So that's like an example that I wanted to give. Nothing is ever negative, like when it comes to emotions and stuff like that, like, and even challenges, like they're just opportunities for growth. The negativity I'm talking about, just to clarify it again, is people and things that are intentionally making themselves negative and causing themselves drama. So there you have it, the 6 resolutions that you should be putting in for 2024 to level up your life and to strive towards your goals. I really do believe that these 6 habits will support you in whatever goals that you want to achieve. So put it into practice. I hope the examples that I gave really helped demonstrate these goals as well. And if you have any thoughts or comments, please do leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, a like, and if you want to, you can subscribe as well for future content. I hope I will see you in my next video. And yeah, keep moving towards your goals. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Just keep it consistent, build those habits, and yeah, bye.